to Bald Talks. I'm so excited to introduce you all to the truly remarkable woman, Sandee Greene. Sandee is a force of nature, an advocate, an author, a community leader, and someone who embodies strength and resilience. She's here to share her story with alopecia and her incredible work in the community. Get ready to be inspired. Let's dive in. Sandee, thank
Yes.
you for um, being a guest on my show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, Sandee, you were diagnosed with alopecia.
Yes.
Can you take us back to that moment and share what your initial reactions were?
Sure. It was over 25 years ago. I was in Columbus, Georgia, and the doctor just said I had burning in the top of my head, like in this area, but my hair wasn't shedding or anything. So I went to the doctor because it was burning a lot, and he said he took some tests, and he said you have alopecia, and that was it. So I had to go home and research to see what alopecia was, and it still wasn't frightening to me because my hair wasn't coming out and it wasn't shedding.
Yeah. So, um, did you reach out to any other doctors after that? Or it was just that doctor that
Uh,
said, hey, you have alopecia?
Throughout the years, I went to a dermatologist because it was getting worse. But I still did not really understand it. You can read about something, but until you really experience it, it's
Yes.
totally different. So when I began to get the different symptoms of my hair started to thin, but it still wasn't coming out, but it was still burning. That was the most part for me. The top was burning, regardless of how I got my hair done. It would just burn in the top. So I would get my hair done. By the time I got home, I was taking my hair down.
Mm.
So it was a lot.
So then alopecia we all know that alopecia can affect people in different ways. As you
Yes.
said, yours was burning. Mine,
Yes.
so much, I really didn't have any symptoms. But my dermatologist would ask me all the time, is it itching? Is it burning? And
Mhm.
I didn't get that. So everyone has, a different way that
Yes.
it affects. So how has it impacted your life, both personally and emotionally?
Well, personally and emotionally, it affected me. I was battling alopecia once it started to, get bad when it started to shed. I was battling alopecia, but then I was going through a lot of personal issues where my mom had passed 3 months later, my husband passed, and 3 years later, my son passed. So I'm trying to deal with this, but dealing with the loss in my life as well. So it was really bad for me because the stress made my hair come out even more, especially when my son was killed by a drunk driver. That's when I really seen my hair come out a lot.
It's the stress of.
Hmm.
So you've turned your experience with alopecia into a powerful advocacy.
Yes.
What motivated you to start Don't Stare, Just Ask?
I was in another group prior, but it wasn't what God was telling me. So I asked God, um, can I do something different? Because I wanted to do the things that God has spoke upon me. And when he did, I did not know anything about starting a group. I didn't even have a name. So everything that I do, it was from God. He told me to start an alopecia group. I did. So I'm like, God, what name? Then he gave me Don't Stare, Just Ask. I'm like, oh, okay. And then God told me how to get a proclamation. He told me everything that I needed to do to get from point A to point B because I wanted people to know in depth what alopecia was, how it affected me and how it affected other people. And it's not cancer because people think we have cancer. No,
Yes,
I don't have cancer. No, I am
yes,
not sick. No, I am not dying. It's a diagnosis. And I'm glad that God gave me that name. Don't stare, just ask. Don't stare. Just come to me and you ask a question and I'm going to explain to you. So that's me educating somebody else about alopecia because people like me never heard of it.
Yep,
until I was diagnosed with it.
yep. So what are your main goals in your organization?
To educate people, to let people know that they are not alone. I didn't have anybody that I can go to. My love is going with people to shave their head. I love it. Um, Educating people. It's not a death sentence. Some people can't be bald like us, and that's
Yeah,
okay. Letting them know the real and not from what people tell them, because everybody alopecia is different. Let's get together and talk about it. Let's educate each other. You tell me what you learned, I'm going to tell you what I learned and what I know about about alopecia. I have alopecia walks every year to educate people, to get together. Let's bond, let's talk, let's love on each other, and then you see people that look just like you.
yeah, yeah. That's why I put that post on my page,
Mhm.
basically saying I'm not your competition,
No.
I'm your sister. We are in this together. So why not get together? We all have our own groups,
Yes.
and we should, help each other out with our own groups,
Yes.
within the groups. But it's just all about sisterhood for me,
Yes.
for the reason why I started mine. Because I don't have anybody that looks like me that are my friends, So now I have friends that look like me,
Yes.
you know?
In different states, and that's going through. We some of us are bald, but we still going through different things because it takes a
Yeah.
lot to be bald. For me, um, I tried it the year prior without God permission. It didn't work.
Mm.
It did not work out at all. And then the following year, had went to Atlanta and got this blonde hair that I wanted. I knew I was gonna be something to reckon with. I was in the mirror and I took off I forgot, did I have a wig on or a hat? And I looked like George Jefferson or Homer the Clown. I had hair around the sides, but nothing in here. All this was
Yes.
gone. And I started crying. Oh my God, I started crying. So God said to me, it's time. And I'm like, time for what? He said to shave your head. I don't know where I got the razor from. I don't know. I don't know. But all I can remember doing is crying and stroking my head with the razor. And every time I did a stroke, I felt lighter. I felt lighter. I felt lighter. And after it was all gone, I got myself together. I washed it off. I got myself together, put on a little makeup. I took pictures and sent it to my children and my grandchildren. If anyone was going to laugh at me, it was going to be my own family. They have not said nothing negative from that day till this day.
And I went around my family. The
Mhm,
after I still had a little bit of hair because
mhm,
as you know, if you was looking at any of my posts,
mhm.
I had blonde hair and I just knew I was something after I cut it all off. And then 3 weeks later, I decided that I wanted to perm my hair. And I permed it the next day I got up. It was just gone right there. And I was like, okay, time to cut
Mhm.
everything else off.
Yeah.
So it was that time. So you turn your experience
Yes.
uh, in with the alopecia into, like I said, the power of advocacy.
Yes.
But you've been instrumental in raising awareness through alopecia awareness walks, as you stated. Have these proclamations, and what do these recommendations mean to you?
It meant a lot to me because first I didn't even know what a proclamation was until God explained it to me. And it's with my the different mayors in my county. I wrote to them. I told them about alopecia, what alopecia was, and the proclamation is them agreeing with you that you're doing something positive in the
Yes.
neighborhood or the community. And that's what I did. And to get the positive feedback, now I didn't get one from every mayor in my county, but I got now I have like 35.
That's
So I
good.
have a lot. And I'm grateful because I didn't know anything about it. And but
Yeah,
when you follow God footsteps and let him lead you the way, because I would have quit by now, because you're not gonna always get a yes. You're not gonna always get positive feedback from people that even look like you. So
that's true.
I'm just grateful, and that I have the mayors on my side. It's outstanding. It means a lot to me, um, to be on this journey, knowing that I'm not alone.
Yeah, and congratulations on your proclamation. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
For someone who is newly diagnosed with alopecia, what is the most important piece of advice you would offer them?
I will tell them first, research alopecia. Research it and find out everything you need to find out about alopecia, not from different people, because sometimes people can make it worse than what
Yes.
it really is. After you research and find out where you fall in that bracket, and then you can start asking people. But just believe in what you believe. Don't let nobody force you to shave your head, because it's not for everybody. Don't allow people to force you to do anything that you don't want to do, because like some people have alopecia, they will not join any groups, and
Yeah,
that's fine, because they don't want anyone to know. I was once there, that I didn't want anybody to know my secret. Anybody I dated, my family, no one knew I was going bald.
I understand.
And so, research it for yourself. Talk with your doctor. Get you a good dermatologist that's gonna
Yes.
explain. I didn't have that in the beginning, but get you a good dermatologist that's gonna give you options, and really explain it to you, because what alopecia did for me, it might not do it for you. Everybody is different. Now, I was getting the steroid shots. It gave me migraines, terrible migraines.
See, I didn't have any effects. It just was a little bit painful, and I was like,
Yes.
nothing is happening,
Mm-hmm.
really. I mean, I would see little spurts of pieces, but nothing really. And my
Mm-mm.
dermatologist did tell me that that could be a case where you don't see much of anything happening, but we're going to try it anyway, and I was
Yes.
okay with that, but then I was done with it.
Them 10 shots on top of your head, it
Yes,
hurts. It really
yes,
hurts.
yes.
Hmm.
So, Sandee, your dedication to helping others extends beyond alopecia advocacy.
Yes.
You found R.O.N. And is
Yeah.
it Ron or is it just
Yeah.
R.O.N.?
R.O.N is my son's initial. His name is Rodriguez. And I had a hard time dealing with my son's death. And I asked God for a name to start an organization for my son. And he gave me Ron. And Ron stands for Righteousness Overpower Negativity.
I love it. So, can you tell us more about Ron's mission and how it provides support to families?
Yes. My son Ron, I want to explain to you about Ron. Ron was 20, and he was hit and killed by a drunk and drug driver on July 23rd, 2009. All my son talked about was his 21st birthday, and he never got to see it. On his 21st birthday, I was at the cemetery.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
was hard, to know that my son left home one day and said he's coming back, and never came back because of a choice that someone else made. So I was struggling, had a hard time dealing with my son's death. And I asked God, I want to start an organization. I need to do something that's going to take me away from the heartache that will also help someone else. And so Ron, you can join his page, or we can talk. I go to different schools and talk about underage drinking and driving. It's to help somebody before their parent get to the point where I am.
So, do you go to outside of your state to
Yes.
different
Mhm. Yes.
schools? Oh, that's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. Mainly in my state, but I can also travel outside my state. The organization MAD, I belong to as well. We've been to the White House. I'm rallying. I just love making something that was negative positive. And I had a lot of negative things that happened in my life, but God has turned them around to be positive, and I'm helping other people where I did not have the help.
Good for you. You.
Thank you.
So you've authored Crowned and
Yeah.
All That Pizza. What
Yes.
inspired you to share your story and experiences through these books? And what do you hope readers take away from them?
This is my first book, Crown. I wanted people to know my journey because everybody had their own journey. And I wanted to write about my journey with alopecia and the things that I was going through while battling alopecia. And that's the different deaths. My mom, my husband, my son, my nephew. I was trying to take care of me, but all these things were happening to me that I had to leave me behind and take care of my mental health. And my book just tells you the ins and outs of how I had to deal with it, how I turned something that was negative to something positive. And then my baby is All That Pizza. All That Pizza is from my
Oh, you're not on here anymore. I don't know what
um
happened. There you go. What?
I don't know what happened. I see me blink off and blink back on.
Yeah. There you go.
Now, All That Pizza, I just got it in last Friday. This book is brand new. It's a children book about alopecia, and the reason why I named it All That Pizza is because I have nine grandchildren, and I have a set of twins that's 5. And my granddaughter, one of the twins, she has a lisp, and she can't say alopecia. She says All That Pizza, and that's where I got this
That's
from.
so sweet.
Yes, and so I talk about being young, how young people have to deal with it because it don't only affect us; it
Yes.
affects men, women, kids, even animals.
Yes.
It affects anything that has hair can have alopecia. And I tell people a lot, don't laugh at people that's bald and have alopecia because I didn't always have it. It doesn't discriminate on your age, your race. When it attacks, it attacks. So I love my baby. All that pizza. I'm gonna have a book signing soon. I've been getting so much positive feedback about this book. It's amazing. It's just really amazing. How I never imagined myself being a author. Never had a reason to. But when God started to speak things to me, and I'm like, okay, okay, I can do this, and I have done it. I'm excited about the things that God is doing. I'm also in the magazine. It's like every time I switch, I
Yeah.
see. I don't know why. I'm also in the magazine.
Oh,
I get to come back on.
hopefully it'll come back on so we can see it.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I never experienced that before. But I'm in a
There it goes.
magazine. My, I don't know. I've never seen it before. And I'm just excited about the doors that God has opened for me and my alopecia journey. I received my first Unstoppable Woman Award in Atlanta. Um,
Wonderful.
I'm just, I could never imagine doing these things by myself, but I had the main person behind me, and that's God. So I'm just excited about the things that He's doing, the things that He's going to do, the doors that He have opened. I also model for alopecia as well, and it's just I'm smiling because every time I talk about it, I just think about I never thought I can be here. When you told so many times you're never gonna amount to nothing, you'll never be nothing. And when God started opening up doors, and I'm 57. So in my latter years, that was prophesied to me a long time ago, like my latter years, I'm living my life right now. But I did not know I was gonna go through a lot of heartache and pain.
Yeah.
So in my latter years, God has opened up so many doors for me to help other people because it's not about me, it's about helping other people.
Good. So you have such a compassion for serving your community,
Yes.
from feeding the homeless to
Yes.
advocacy for MAD.
Yes.
What drives you to give back so generously? And what do you find most rewarding?
Most rewarding is a smile. Because I remember when I didn't smile for years. I had no reason to smile. And to be able to give someone something and speak a word of encouragement and see a smile on someone's face, it's overwhelming for me. I love feeding the homeless because, honestly, we are just a paycheck away from being homeless. And at
Yes.
times like this,
Yes.
you never know where you're gonna be. And I love doing it. I love it because not only do I go, my some of my grandchildren go as well, and they love it. So it make it more rewarding for me that my grandchildren is by my side, and they giving out food, they giving out drinks, they walking up to people where some people scared of homeless people. Why? My grandkids go out there, we set up and we do our thing. And I just smile. Sometimes I have to turn my head because I be in tears. Because I'm like, look at them following my footsteps when they don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I want to commend you on all of your accolades, everything that you do for the community.
Yes.
Um, tell the subscribers and anyone that's looking where they can find you on online.
Sure. Sure. And I want to say this as well too. I told you about everything, people that died. My husband was in the military and he passed as well. So I'm also a widow. But still, God is still moving in my life and it's exciting. You can find me on Facebook at Sandey, Sandey Greene, Greene. My alopecia page is Don't Stare, Just Ask, #alopecia. Instagram is fearless_woman 68. I almost said 58, 68.
Well, again, I'm so excited that you joined me today, and I really appreciate um, you wanting to be on my social media pages. I really appreciate it. And also for anyone, don't forget to follow my page. We do inspiring interviews. We have
Yes.
conversations. Eventually, I'll have a panel of lovely women as yourself um, to join us in a panel talk about
Yes.
alopecia. Remember, if life gives you lemons, shave your head and become a statement. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Sandee.
Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You too.
Bye bye.